Hold on to your seats. The fun and excitement of duckpin bowling is rolling your way. It's time for Duckpin Magic.
Welcome to Duckpin Magic. I'm Mike Sella, with me, Joe Ryanair, and the excitement should really be at a peak when our four bowlers hit the lanes today. Joe, the champion of the DPBA Pro Tour stop at Town Hall Lanes, will be crowned today.
Well, we have quite a story in the making. You have sitting on top Nemo Lingerman, who's looking for his first Pro Tour victory, has a couple seconds. Of course, we have Peter Pierce, who put on quite a show for us last week. Barry Egolf, who's looking for his second Pro Tour victory in a row. And then you have the ever-present Steve Ivaron, who would love to win in front of the hometown folks.
All right, we'll meet our bowlers, get our first match underway when we return right after this.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
You've seen me show you the inside story about Penny Pincher's handcrafted cabinets before. About their solid wood construction, no particle board. About their 5-year warranty and drawer systems that are guaranteed for life. But now let me show you how easy they are to install.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Are you looking to remodel your old kitchen but afraid you can't afford it? These are Penny Pincher cabinets. Guess how much they cost. But first, look at this. Handcrafted from solid wood. No particle board. More storage space than ever. And every Penny Pincher draw system is guaranteed for life. Factory direct savings means the cost of all this is around $1,600. For that price, you can afford to buy a kitchen large enough to get lost in.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
A disaster strikes, then comes the waiting. Waiting for medicine, waiting for food, waiting. Like the people in Afghanistan, in Jamaica, in El Salvador. In all the countries where Americares, the emergency relief organization, was often the first one there. Because they knew people were waiting. Americares, the first to bring help, the first to bring hope.
You know, not that many years ago, there was a gun in virtually every American homestead. Hi, I'm Grits Gresham. And if you own a gun today, be sure that you know how to use and store your gun in a safe and proper manner. If you don't, make it a point to learn. Safety instruction is available at many shooting ranges and gun clubs throughout the country. And remember, safety is where responsible gun ownership starts. This message is a public service of this station and the National Shooting Sports Foundation.
We now join this game already in progress.
Took advantage of that. He threw the first ball out to the right, then made the 1-2-4 for his second spare in a row. A little bit of overcorrection. That's the mistake you don't want to make against Peter Pierce. He's had 3 opens and 4 frames, has Peter. Nice 9. and you know he's looking for some oxygen, and you just sent it to him. And believe me, watch.
Pierce 41 after 4, working on the open frame, as Joe mentioned.
It's a 15-pin lead at this point. Barry 66 in the 5th frame. Peter 41 in the 4th. Not a good ball. You heard when you hear Peter's ball hit the floor, he's not really dropping it. It's in his hand when it hits the floor, but it means he's doing something that he's not getting through the ball at the proper time.
Thought he might have dropped it early. Perspiration might be bothering him a bit.
He threw that one right.
Hit it dead center and picks up his second mark of the match. First since the 2nd frame. He'll be moving into the 6th frame on lane number 7 here at Town Hall Lanes. And we really should take this opportunity to thank our hosts here, the proprietors of Town Hall Lane, the Ferry family, Frank Sr., Frank Jr., and Bobby Ferry. They've done an outstanding job. They certainly made us feel at home. And
I tell you, you could thank them all day. They've all been here for this whole time that this has taken place. Frank Sr.'s wife, Bobby's wife, their sister, they've all been here. I mean, this is a family-run business, and they do a good job of it.
Peter takes 8 there after 6 frames. He is trailing in the match. We'll take a break and be back with the Eagolf and Pierce match right after this.
This year, more than 2 million high school students will receive something very important. Something only a high school education can provide. The opportunity to become a United States Marine. Don't throw your education away. For more information, call now.
Barry Egolf steps forward on lane number 8 here at Town Hall Lanes. Frame number 6. He is leading Peter Pierce at this point in time.
About 14 pins. He has a tough break in a 7/8. So many times you'll be going along and things are going your way, and you throw a bad ball, which he did, chopped a 2/8, come back and throw a good one, and you still pay. You feel like you're still paying for the last frame. Doing a smart thing, 1 and 1. It's just practice your stroke, get comfortable, start all over when you get on the lanes the next frame.
He's going to step back and regroup, probably wait for that ball to come back.
Yeah, you really don't want to have too many open frames in a row against Peter, and that's 2 in a row for Barry. He should feel, even though he only got 10, he should feel pretty good about the 6th frame. He threw a good first ball, and then he hit a pin with each ball. So let's see what happens. Well, he's did a little bit of everything the last 3 frames. Chopped on the side, left a split, now pushed the ball through the middle. And if I were in his shoes, I would feel things slipping away.
He's got the 3rd ball here, trying to pick up the wood. He's got it. 86 in the 7th for Barry Egolf, and here comes Peter Pierce. Peter just 2 marks in his first 6 frames. If he had ever left the door open for somebody, he's done it here for Barry Egolf, and as of this moment, Barry has not been able to capitalize on it.
Well, and actually, both of Peter's marks, he sort of gave them back. His first mark he counted 3, and his next mark he counted 3. And you're right, you're not going to get this opportunity against Peter. And you don't want to be a little bit ahead of Peter Pierce. You want to be 31 pins ahead when you go into the 10th frame. Oh, tough, because he really caught half of that.
Here. Yep.
His roll, he drives the ball so well that you saw no deflection, right? I mean, he's a little befuddled about what happened there. He is soaking wet, and it's not, well, of course, the camera lights create a lot of heat.
14-pin lead for Barry Egolf as we head down the final 3 frames. The winner moves on to face Steve Ivaron. who has bowled a few games here at this particular bowling establishment.
Bowled a lot of games here and quite a few good ones. Peter's not having much fun, and Peter's not used to this. It gives a lot of people a chance to see that he is human, and these things do happen to Peter. See, he's not getting a crack. The pins don't sound the same. He doesn't look quite the same. And like I said, with Peter, it's very difficult. I really can't pick out. I wouldn't even venture to say what I think it is. He looks the same all the time. If anything, he's sort of stuffing the ball. He doesn't have that nice pop on the end of it.
Barry Egolf. That was one.
That was a fine place for that, Mike.
Yeah.
14 plus through 8 frames. We'll get another chance to see. Kicks out the 4-pin last. Strong ball, 1-3 pocket. Of course, as most of us, the key to Barry's game is to keep that arm in tight and make the transition from the top of the backswing into the downswing without the jerk. Just to let the ball start down. These guys throw the ball hard, but if you watch, their arm motion is not real fast. Good, I mean, that was automatic.
That was perfect shot there. Take a look at it, a double for Barry Egolf.
Boy, and here's what you like to know. You throw a strike in the right pocket, go over in the left lane, and throw a bomb in the left pocket, and he has to feel real good.
Well,
that's the first crack we've heard.
Needs some help here.
Peter can make this and shoot 132, and Barry it would have to be a catastrophe for Barry to lose. Looks like Barry's going to be going on to face Steve Ivaron.
And waiting on top for the winner of our next match, Nemo Lingerman Jr.
If I were Barry, I'd be thanking the people who found this game for making it only 10 frames. You don't want to bowl Peter all day. Take the victory and pack Peter up and get him out of here.
Well, he's got one more ball here.
Guess it goes true. A man once told me that the sun don't shine on the same dog all the time, you know?
Well, got the carry that time. Finishes up strong with a 121. Boy, that was a rugged 121 there for Peter Pierce. He had to work for every bit of that. How about a triple?
Hit his stride, didn't he?
Got used to the lights.
All in the arm swing, Mike. Well, you know what happened? He kept trying to let it slip away, and Peter didn't jump on him. And if you keep letting the guy go with these people's ability, got a little quick that time. But that's a case there where you just take the deep breath and say, boy, I got rid of this horse, you know? 160, Mike.
160-121, the final count here as Barry Egolf, looking for his second Pro Tour win, dispatches Peter Pierce in, I would call, a mild upset, and we'll have match number 2 as Egolf faces off against Steve Ivaron when we return right after this.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
You've seen me show you the inside story about penny pinchers' handcrafted cabinets before. About their solid wood construction, no particle board. about their 5-year warranty and drawer systems that are guaranteed for life. But now let me show you how easy they are to install.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Are you looking to remodel your old kitchen but afraid you can't afford it? These are penny pincher cabinets. Guess how much they cost. But first, look at this. Handcrafted from solid wood. No particle board. More storage space than ever. And every penny pincher draw system is guaranteed for life. Factory direct savings means the cost of all this is around $1,600. For that price, you can afford to buy a kitchen large enough to get lost in.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
Name him Charmy. No, let's call him Rambo.
When you get a new puppy or kitten, the most important decision isn't the name.
We'll call him Romeo and her Juliet.
How about Bonnie and Clyde?
It's the decision to keep your pet immunized.
Rambo's an icky name. It's better than Charmy.
Vaccinations protect pets of all ages from disease.
Maybe we can compromise?
Don't compromise your pet's health. Ask your veterinarian about an appropriate vaccination schedule.
Okay, we'll call her Romeo and him Juliet.
Our second match today, Steve Ivaron facing off against Barry Egolf. Steve second seeded in this ladder of 13 as we continue to climb toward the top. Nemo Lingerman Jr. waiting in the wings. He is certain that he'll be in the championship match, and one of these two men will join him. Barry Egolf, who has just dispatched Peter Pierce.
And pretty impressive his last 3 frames. Striking the 8th, striking the 9th, striking the 10th. And here he broke 9.
Looking to try to do the same thing to Steve Ivaron.
Boy, we had a good shot of that one, Mike. He cut that off at the bottom.
Here's laid it out again and was fine. And now a good look at Steve Ivaron. Qualified with a score of 15-17. Went 5-0 in head-to-head competition. 814 pin fall.
Not too happy with that delivery.
Just set a new 9-game world record at 15:35.
He did that when he won the Cheshire Men's Open in 1988, Mike. I happened to be there when he did it. Well, I'm wrong. He did it there. And then he did it where he did it here, but I'm forgetting what it was in.
As so many of our other pro bowlers, Steve, a avid golfer.
Strong ball, real strong ball. Another bowler that if you watch, you can see that the first motion is to get that arm extended, pushed out in front of you and locked up so that you can swing it.
Picks up the spare.
Yeah, he has held the last 2 9-game world records. He did it in '88 at Cheshire Lanes at the Men's Open. And then he set it here in 1989, 15:35.
Also has the Pro Tour single game record of 257. It was set back in 1984 at Fontana Bowl. And if I'm not mistaken, Joe, wasn't there some kind of a bonus prize if somebody had set the world record during the course of the tournament?
Exactly, and he was 1 pin away. I mean, not 1 pin in his score, but he had 1 pin stayed up. Had it fallen, it would have given him, I think, 7 strikes in a row, and he'd have been in position to break the world record. And I think it was, what you say, $10,000.
I don't remember what the figure was, but I remember there was an associated bonus there.
It was pretty exciting. One of the few times that we've had that available, and then to shoot 257 with that sitting on the line, whew, and the place was buzzing.
I bet you it was. 20 pins for Barry Egolf after 2. Steve Ivaron opened the first, spare in the second.
Barry's gotten a little out of sync here, as we watched him do before. Not getting the real smooth stroke again. There he did. And he made the spare.
Pretty uncanny on how you can watch the delivery, and based on how well somebody releases the ball, it almost predicts the results, unless obviously they get a bad break down the other end.
Well, Mike, we've watched a lot of them together, and you really can't help but see it. You know, it's something that's magnified. It just stands out.
Ripped through the middle. Powerful, though.
Yeah, it cracked. That was a good ball, just a little off target, a little too sharp. Maybe a little overthrown, didn't have time to work. The ball has to go into a roll, Mike, and if you overthrow it for the amount of snap that you put on it, it doesn't get into the roll.
10 more. 34-30 with a ball to count yet for Barry Egolf.
Lead's about to switch hands when Barry counts on his mark. And when I talk of the revolutions, that is what throws the pin sideways. And when you turn that duck pin sideways, it's 9 inches. When it's standing, it's only 4. So the guy that moves the most pins and turns them, transfers that English from the ball to the pin, he's throwing at 10 of them just like everyone else. But when you get them sideways, it looks like there's 20 of them down there.
Steve Ivaron, difficult shot here.
Well done, 1-3-7, 3-pin off the wall. See, if you can put enough on the ball to turn that head pin so it doesn't fit between the 2 and 3, then you're not going to rip. But if you drive it through or push it through, then it fits it, and you're going to have the 2 and 3. And there you see. When he hits stroke, it's night and day, and it is with everyone. And here you see he hit the stroke, got the pin action. You don't have to be quite as accurate. You don't aim the ball. You freewheel it, and they can fool us, Mike, but you can't fool the pins. They'll catch you every time you throw a bad or deliver the ball wrong.
Both bowlers with marks in the 4th. Barry Egolf, of course, working on the strike.
Time together up there.
A little pull. Relatively easy shot if you just put it on one side or the other of the head pin. A little tough luck. He was on it a little full and got the 1-3-6, shooting at the 4 for 10. You want to hold your pins.
No, he's got it. 69 after 5. Here's Steve Ivaron.
What you look at when you're bowling head-to-head is that he just went spare strike, left and open. Steve's had trouble, but if Steve counts and marks, he can take the lead.
Let's see what happens. Ivaron.
That's a quick 8. Yeah, that's the psychological part of the head-to-head bowling and bowling the 2 frames. If I don't know what would happen, I think the psychological part of it wouldn't have its effect if you were bowling 1 frame at a time. Because you look that frame ahead that bowler's bowled, which is bad. You don't want to bowl, but you look, oh my, I'm behind, and he has a mark. So you start playing the head game, and when you play the head game with these pins, you're going to lose.
7-pin advantage for Barry Egolf. Both bowlers open framed in the 5th.
No one's been able to take off. 2 marks in a row is the best we've done. Steve has marked on the left lane the only 2 times he has bowled there, but he hasn't marked on the right-hand lane. There he pulled the ball again.
Well, one of these days, Joe, we're going to get these 2 guys obviously as hot as anybody this morning. Steve with a 206 in qualifying. Barry Egolf 228. And here, neither one has been able to find the track to get on the board.
Tell you one thing, with a 9 and 71 for Steve in the 6th frame, perfect opportunity right here for Barry Egolf. You want to go spare strikes. You want
put 2 marks up.
You sure do. Because then you're stretching it out. You're getting into the 20s. The teens he can erase. A couple good. Oh my! You see Steve bury his head. Having experienced that, you'll see what happens here. He has the 1, 2, 4. The pin comes out of the corner and
drops from nowhere and knocks them all down.
Well, at that point, you feel like you're bowling a little more than just Barry Egolf. And you're having enough trouble with just Barry Egolf.
We'll take a timeout and be back to finish this match between Steve Ivaron and Barry Egolf right after these messages.
Buckley and O'Neill together, how come?
I'm here to elucidate the prodigious benefits of space technology, India.
To bring what you say down to Earth. Take this laser, developed for space research.
It may one day supplant the need for coronary bypass surgery.
It could obliterate an artery obstruction in minutes. The patient's up and around the same day.
I'm speechless.
See? The benefits from space are endless.
Space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
Here's Barry Egolf ready to bowl frame number 7.
Come on, Greg, slide over there. Hey, let's get the shot. Never know.
5-10. Still counting on his strike. No left. 1 pin was big, Mike. You're counting double, and you're counting if he hits 1 and 1. Well, he got 10 out, but he gave him 97.
97 after 7, and so he is starting to widen the gap on Steve Iavarone. See what Steve retaliates with here in the 7th and 8th frames.
2 marks, and he's back in the lead. He's actually would put himself in the position to take the lead. I tell you, in all honesty, it's a little overthrown, Mike. A little harder than Steve Ivaron has to throw it. He also has had trouble hitting that nice rhythm and making things happen. And I think what happens is you start trying to knock things down. Yeah. When you start trying to knock them down, you overthrow and you just lose it. No pin action, as you see.
16 pin advantage for Barry Egolf after 7 complete frames. Move into the 8th.
16 pin lead. He's sort of proving what we've spoken about many times, that it really isn't the speed that knocks the pins down.
And then you can see Steve is a little bit frustrated at the results here.
Well, he's running out of frames. Barry has to feel very fortunate if you look back, and it's what makes a winner. You need a few things to go your way. You can't go out, even as Peter Pierce or Swede Lavers or Steve Ivaron, and shoot 180s after 180s, or that would be your average, and nobody averages that in duck pins.
91 after 8.
You need to have 86 in the 7th frame and be 14 pins ahead of Peter Pierce instead of 40 behind. He's really having trouble. A little quick, has his arm out a little bit. Steve with 2 frames left. There you go. That was a big shot, Mike. Real big shot, not only for the confidence, but it gave him 107 plus and a 16-pin lead plus this count. Of course, now this is the big ball.
Okay, we'll look back on this match. That strike in the 6th, and now the spare here in the 8th. Big marks in the match.
Now you want to get 9 or 10 out of here, because what it's done, if Barry just 10s out, it gives him 132. Well, for Steve to shoot more than 132, he's going to have to throw a double. spare strike spare would give him 131, and that won't do it. But he's left a pin, so another one of these situations where is the stage being set. We'll have to wait and see.
Big frame for Steve Ivaron. He has got to get something started right now. There is no more time left. Big crowd on hand here at Town Hall Lane, starting to gather in anticipation of the championship match, semifinals, if you will, here between Eagolf and Ivaron.
Okay, you're a little disappointed. You needed a strike, but what he needs to do is hit this single so that he can still throw the double in the 10th to put Barry on a mark.
Concentration, he's got it.
And I'll tell you, at that point, marks are a little tough to come by when you hear the pitter-patter of feet and you know you've let something slip away from you.
No, so you've always said it's tough enough to mark. It's even tougher when you know that you have to do it.
Well, and you know when you're running a race and you're in front of a guy, when you stop to look back, you get in a little bit of trouble.
Well, here's Steve Ivaron, bowling in the 10th frame.
Needs a strike.
Well, how about it? Let's take a look again at Steve Ivaron's strike in the 10th.
There you see what happened, and that was very close to being a doubleheader. It's a big ball. If he just spares, Barry has to mark to beat him. 10 is hard to beat. And I'll tell you what, I'd give you a penny for Barry Egolf's thoughts right now. He's replaying this game. His concentration's a little scattered. He's trying to get it back together. He has one frame to bowl.
Steve Ivaron.
All right, the pin is big. 10 is tough. When you need 10, it is tough. He can leave a split. He can chop. You know, as the guy that's bowling, you're thinking, boy, I wish I was in his position. And that's true. You do. Until he chops or until he splits and you get 2 balls left and 2 pins to hit.
One.
Big pin. Real big pin.
Okay.
How can a 130 game be exciting? We got an exciting match, Mike.
Let's see what happens.
He needs 10. Let's
Barry
watch.
Steps in, looking for his 2nd consecutive Pro Tour victory. Needs it here. Well, let's take a look again as he made it academic. Didn't want to throw more than 1 ball in the 10th frame.
Fate, fate, fate. And Barry will be the first to tell you that's a victory that maybe I didn't deserve. I'll take it.
Well, there's your chop, Joe. 1 ball earlier, and
it happened in the right order, didn't it?
He would have really been in deep trouble.
And that was a better delivered ball than the other one. 140, Mike.
All right, 140, 130. Barry Egolf defeats Steve Ivaron. He'll be facing off against our top seed, Nemo Lingerman Jr., and he'll be looking to make it 2 in a row on the DPBA.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
You've seen me show you the inside story about Penny Pincher's handcrafted cabinets before. About their solid wood construction, no particle board. About their 5-year warranty and drawer systems that are guaranteed for life. But now let me show you how easy they are to install.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Are you looking to remodel your old kitchen but afraid you can't afford it? These are penny pincher cabinets. Guess how much they cost. But first, look at this. Handcrafted from solid wood. No particle board. More storage space than ever. And every penny pincher draw system is guaranteed for life. Factory direct savings means the cost of all this is around $1,600. For that price, you can afford to buy a kitchen large enough to get lost in.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
A disaster strikes, then comes the waiting. Waiting for medicine, waiting for food, waiting. Like the people in Colombia, in Honduras, in the Philippines, in all the countries where Americares, the emergency relief organization, was often the first one there, because they knew people were waiting. Americares, the first to bring help, the first to bring hope.
Been a lot of bowling, but we finally arrived at our championship match. Barry Egolf, winner of 2 straight matches, and I would say minor upsets. I don't think either match he was expected to win, but he's here in the finals against our top seed Nemo Lingerman Jr. of Baltimore, Maryland.
And I'll tell you something, and it showed in that ball. Barry Egolf just bowled 2 bowlers. You're going to see this again, but you see he has bowled 2 bowlers that put fear in you because they are not from his area, Barry being from down around the Baltimore area. He has bowled with and against Nemo Lingerman many times. You lose that fear factor. Barry Egolf has never lost in this position, having won the last tour from the top position. Nemo Lingerman has never won from this position, having 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds. Watch him shoot. We're pretty close to the bowlers when they're on this lane. There you see a nice cleanup. He'll be shooting a 2-8. Nemo knows he has never won from this position. It's a mental hurdle that you've got to get over. And the only way over that hurdle is a victory. I know personally I have not gotten over that hurdle myself. You bowl this game waiting for something to go wrong. And when you do that, it will go wrong.
Now, Nemo qualified with a 15.05. He was the high qualifier for total pinfall today, 820. Got a league high average of 155, high single 247, and a high 3-game set of 602. And as you mentioned, Joe, numerous second place finishes. Still looking for his first Pro Tour victory.
It's very similar to myself, so I can sit here with the hair standing on edge. I know how bad Nemo wants this. I know you have a person that's in Barry Egolf, who, as we mentioned before, is at his peak in confidence right now. He just beat Peter Pierce and Steve Ivaron, regardless of how it took place. So it's I know both bowlers. As we mentioned with Barry, he is sort of was born and raised around the first bowling center I ran, one of the first bowling centers, a little 6-lane center, and we worked with Barry a lot. Knowing how Nemo feels, I'd like to see Nemo win. I'd like to see them both bowl forever and not have a winner, but somebody's going to win. Nemo wants it bad.
Well, going to have to really come out of the box because Barry Egolf has just thrown a double at him coming out the first 2 frames. And we're going to take a look at it once again. Another way to look at it is that Barry has yet to lose in the up-to-lighters finals.
That's exactly right. And not only that, but Barry, Barry should have been put away 2 games ago. Peter Pierce couldn't do it. Barry should have been put away last game by Steve Ivaron. As fate, as I call it, he hit the side twice, threw 2 strikes. I do believe when you're supposed to win, you're going to win. And who knows? So he's loose. He comes out of the gate with a double, counts 5. He's shooting a little baby strike on the left. Pushed it through, left the number 9. Had a sleeper back there. But knowing the pressure Nemo's bowling under, because he has put that pressure on himself, and now Barry has applied more right out of the gate. So he's got the hurdle is getting a little higher, Mike.
53 for Barry Egolf after 3 frames, and here's Nemo Lingerman.
24-pin lead.
Played professional baseball in the Twins minor league system.
Pitcher.
As a pitcher, right?
He could throw it. Yes, he could. Had an accident, lost. It didn't end his baseball career. He had stopped playing baseball. Actually, sort of horsing around with his brother. They were jumping up, touching as high as they could touch on a pole. And Nemo's ring hooked a nail, and it left his finger hanging. And if he doesn't mind me pointing it out, if you see on his bowling hand, he has a stub. There you see his first spare. He needed that bad. You got to sort of break the ice, but no one in the game has the determination that Nemo has. He bowled, I couldn't even tell you how many games he bowled, trying to figure out what was going to be the best way for him to bowl with that finger. I talked to him many times and suggested that he hook the 2 middle fingers together for support. And I think he did it for a while. And then he found out that he just adjusted to it. And maybe that work made him better. But he was on the rise at that time. It was an unfortunate accident. Big ball here, shooting on his spare. 24 pins behind. You can see the doubt.
Yeah.
You know, it's... I hate pointing it out.
Well, this is the case where he needs a break.
Yeah, he needed an off-the-side
to get him up.
He's up. He needs confidence.
Right.
He needs to know he can win.
One of the things that he's extremely pleased about, in fact, one of the first things he told me when he saw me is that he and his wife are expecting a child, and
you know, knowing Nemo
pleased with that.
And the intensity that he bowls with and that he competes with, that again, some people, that's a reason to win. Well, Nemo, it's a reason to win too, but it's a pressure because how bad he wants it. And
well, let's see what happens. Barry Egolf.
Well, I'll tell you something. Barry has, if he does it, regardless, he is going through 3 tough hombres. He
right on target with that.
He just disposed of 15 stars in these last 2 games. So,
yeah, there's no question that if you polled most of your DPBA membership and asked them who would be standing after, let's say, the top 4 or 5 went at it, Barry's name would probably not come up more than maybe 10% of the time. But here he is in the finals looking for his 2nd consecutive Pro Tour win.
And if you would have told them that he only had to bowl 253 for 2, that isn't what he bowled. He shot 290. But he could have gotten rid of those 2 with a score of 253. That's amazing. That's when you think that somebody's in your corner, you know?
Well, he just keeps rolling along.
It was 10, giving him 80 in the 5th frame.
Now it's time for Nemo Lingerman, trailing by 26 to
Nemo
put something on the board.
As we've watched all day with the bowlers, and we've watched some hard throwers today, Mike. The transition from the top of the swing down. You have to watch what happens. It's got to be smooth. It's got to be confident. That was delivered with confidence. But that's, you know what happens, Mike, and again, having been there, and you can read into somebody's mind. Hopefully he's not thinking that should have been a strike, that could have been a strike. He's thinking, I'm going to hit this single. Good 9, hit the single. Well, that's what he needs. That's what you need.
You got 1. Not by much, but it counts.
Well, and the way things are going, we wouldn't have been real surprised knowing Nemo's past and what's happened to him in some of his final matches. He could have wiggled that, right? Just stood there, waved at him, as it did on the first ball.
Well, it went down and picks up some ground as Barry Egolf was open in the fifth. Nemo with a spare.
Biggest ball of the match right now for Nemo. He has got to keep going.
Chop the 2-8.
Well, that's what's upsetting. When you're a bowler of his caliber, you're making mistakes. And you know that you have the ability. Very frustrating. But it's not over. We're in the sixth frame. Nemo 65, Barry 80 in the fifth frame. 25 pin lead if he gets 10. If he marks, things are really going to be uphill for Nemo. He chopped the 3-9.
Yep, he did the same thing on the other side. Let's see how he comes back here.
He sort of made a match out of both his matches. He really didn't put the bowlers away at any point, did he, Mike?
No, he got that one to go. Well, that spun and spun and spun and spun and finally got a spare out of it. And we'll take a look again. It took a bit, but the 6 finally went down, and you have to wonder if it's just not his day.
Yeah, I believe we said that about 25 frames ago, Mike, and when we saw a different Peter Pierce than we saw a week ago. Look at here. He's got the 10. He didn't, it wasn't a strike. From our viewpoint, it looked like a strike. Stay in the channel. That was a big pin that he knocked down the last frame for the spare, and then to put 9 on it. He's got a 34 pin lead. Just hit his single in frame number 7, giving him 109 plus.
We'll take a break and finish up our championship match between Barry Egolf and Nemo Lingerman when we return right after this.
This year, more than 2 million high school students will receive something very important. Something only a high school education can provide. The opportunity to become a United States Marine. Don't throw your education away. For more information, call now.
Nemo Lingerman steps up, looking to get something going here in the 7th frame. He is trailing by over 30 pins.
Looking for strikes.
The search is not going well at this point for Nemo. He's got a spare, though, and that may be something that turns his game around. At least he hopes so at this point. See the scoring as it stands now. 34 pins, and of course both bowlers working on spares in the 7th.
Well, he's in a must situation, but he's really been in that situation for the last 3 frames or 4 frames.
Time growing short here in the 8th.
Kick it out of there. He needs a little break here. He's been in that situation since Barry Egolf started with a double, and it was a very convincing double, a very confident double, and I think Nemo felt that.
Well, it's difficult not to feel that as you sit there and the opponent piles it up on you early.
Well, you know, Mike, an interesting point, and the point is sort of almost mute to someone like myself who has 4 seconds, Nemo 3 or 4 seconds. But I think if I were to talk to Nemo after this, and if he does in fact lose, Peter Pierce has 10 stars and 15 seconds. There's another strike for Barry as he's sort of icing things here. You mentioned Swede Labors with a large number of seconds. We know that Ivaron has more than his share of seconds. So you got to live on the positive to turn your mental thoughts around, and I think you have to know you've got to be there to finish second. You know, there's only one position better than second. But I think living with that handle that you acquire from finishing second is the hard part. It's the personal feeling that you have. And you don't know what it's like never having won. The person
and they're still dropping.
It is his day, Mike. He should leave here and go to Atlantic City. Roll the dice once.
And see what happens.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, he has really come on strong here. He is going spares, strike, spare in the last 4 frames.
Only had 2 open frames the whole game. If Nemo strikes, he can shoot 164 if he strikes out, 4-bagger. Even with that, Barry just needs a count. So, a little bit of history. There's a strike. A little bit of history. Barry Egolf, only the 2nd bowler ever in the history of the tour to win back-to-back Pro Tours. You've not seen the last of Nemo Lingerman. If he were asked right now, he may say, "I'm never going to bowl again. I
don't
can't
think so.
handle this."
I think Nemo is, first thing he'll say is, "I'll be back."
Well,
the talent and determination that he has, I think that's his kind of personality. He'll be disappointed for a little bit, but I don't think he's going to be disappointed for a long time.
You hit the nail on the head. It's going to take a little digesting, you know, of what's taken place.
Well, he's not going to go down without a fight, that's for darn sure.
Well, I tell you what can happen. A big count, and Barry Egolf chops, and Nemo Lingerman is going to win, or Barry's going to have to make the shot. So we've thrown it back. You know, here it is. He's finishing. He selected this. Nemo Lingerman has selected to finish. To have to get up there and know you needed, which he did anyway, but it's a different situation. Let's see what happens. Big ball, 8, 9, or 10 he needs on this ball to make Barry do something. He let him get away.
Picked up 4.
Barry really don't need anything. 142, Barry 149 plus. A big count there would have
made it interesting at least.
Well, not really. I had in my head had given him the double in the 10th, and he really only had a double in the 9th and 10th. He needed one more and then a count. So when he didn't get the strike, what he got on his last ball really was irrelevant. Barry Egolf, 2nd time. Only the 2nd time a bowler has won back-to-back Pro Tours in the same year. Only the 3rd time ever in the history, 26-year history of the tour, that any bowler has won back-to-back tours at all.
And he's still going. Barry Egolf, 167, 142. He wins it over Nemo Lingerman. He is the 1989 Town Hall Lanes Pro Tour Stop champion. And we'll be back to present him with a check and talk to him a little bit when we come back right after the...
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
You've seen me show you the inside story about Penny Pincher's handcrafted cabinets before. About their solid wood construction, no particle board. About their 5-year warranty and drawer systems that are guaranteed for life. But now let me show you how easy they are to install.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Are you looking to remodel your old kitchen but afraid you can't afford it? These are penny pincher cabinets. Guess how much they cost. But first, look at this. Handcrafted from solid wood. No particle board. More storage space than ever. And every penny pincher draw system is guaranteed for life. Factory direct savings means the cost of all this is around $1,600. For that price, you can afford to buy a kitchen large enough to get lost in.
Call Penny Pincher in Providence at 467-9690.
Once, there were a few proud men, men of adventure, men of courage, men who knew the meaning of honor. There still are, the Marines. We're looking for a few good men.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Duckpin Magic. I'm Mike Sello, with me, Joe Ryan, and the winner of the 1989 Town Hall Lanes DPBA Pro Tour stop, Barry Egolf. And Joe, you have a presentation to make?
I have a $2,200 check here from the Duckpin Professional Bowlers Association. Your second one in a row, Barry. Congratulations. Remember who taught you what you know.
Thank you. Congratulations, Barry. How do you feel? 2 in a row. It's only the third time it's been done in DPBA history.
I don't know. The luck was definitely there today, and I just got the breaks when I needed them, and it's just a different feeling. I want to thank everybody here. They were great. Frank Ferry's great, too. He deserved the award he got earlier. And I tell you, it's really neat because way back when I was 13, I met Joe Vernier, and he helped me out in my game, and now I'm here bowling with him, and it's just different. I've been wanting to do this for years, and now it's happened twice in a month. I'll take it.
Okay, thanks very much, Barry. That's what we like, a gracious and modest champion.
He's going to return the lessons.
All right, thanks very much for joining us. We'd like to pass our thanks along also to the Ferry family, our host proprietor here. They were terrific, and we hope you join us again next time on Duckpin Magic. For Barry Egolf and Joe Rainier, I'm Mike Sello. We'll see you again next time, everybody.